死んだは初めて俺に伝えている。
絶望の匂いだ。
面白いこと見せようか。ほら、こんなにチンが多すぎて。
お父さん。
あかん。
ドナルド君、まだ死ぬ時じゃないでしょ。
アメリカ、万歳、ファイト。
絶対負けないよ。
ランド、トゥライドだね。
出ろ。だってまだサンキュー言ってないでしょ。一回も言ってください。
おい、仲良くしてね。この世界、季節にいけるかな。昔グレートだと、大きにまたグレートになるかな。あのさ、有名人なら誰かのマンコを掴んでいいさ。そうそうそうそう。やらせるで。
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage IDOT of Unit 199. Happy to see all of you here on a Friday night. It's late. I am exhausted, but I did tell the people I would go live for a second time today, so that's exactly what I am doing. So if I seem if I have Jeb Bush low energy, I got up very early this morning, and for those that are curious, I talked about it on my earlier stream, but my mom's surgery went great today. So she's in recovery, a lot of pain pills involved, and but yeah, so all is good. It went perfect. Like, it went as good as you could have possibly imagined. So thank you all for your well wishes and prayers. It's greatly appreciated. So thank all of you. So yeah, but I am very, very tired. Hey, listen, it's a tough job, this streaming thing. Somebody's got to do it. Okay. Somebody's got to do this tough job of streaming. So that's exactly what we're here to do. So anyway, earlier I went live and we covered President Trump's big announcement from the Oval Office, and that was to do with the World Cup coming to the United States of America. Going to be a big, boost to the economy. And like I said, I'm not a big, soccer fan personally, but it's a huge move and it's great for the United States of America and the economy, which is the whole point behind it. So I'm okay with that. And so my audio is cutting in and out. Really? Is it really? Are you guys just fucking with me? I bet you're fucking with me. Let's see. No, it's good. Audio's fine. Well, that means I have to fucking gift memberships. I have to gift memberships. Whoever trolled me, it was a fat JD Vance that trolled me. So now I got to gift memberships. I fell for it. Let me see here. I don't know who. I think it was a fat JD Vance that got me. So I respect it. So here we go. Gifted memberships. If YouTube will actually work. It's just moving very slowly right now. Here we go. Boom. Whoever it was, the fat JD Vance picture, you got me. So there's 10 gifted memberships. I wish I knew who it was. But, I should gift the memberships just because you got a fat JD Vance picture. Because we have those for you new members now. We have fat JD Vance emojis for all of you. Darth Manic says, I was just watching the last stream since I missed it live. Now here's another one. Happy to hear about your mom. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Zinny Biscuit says, God bless D-Day mom. I will keep her in my prayers. Thank you, Zinny Biscuit. I appreciate that. Let's see. Am I at the hospital restroom filming? No, I'm actually at my setup. See? I'm at my setup. I just have the green screen up, so don't fall. So yeah, I do have. I'm at my normal setup though. Gay Lil Kata for $1. Thank you so much. Whoa, magic. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, it's magic. He's a witch. Let's see. Swords and Starships, Part 1. Commander Hans Zimmer said Chris Nolan wrote him a letter asking him to compose a song about what it's like to be a father, and Zimmer did, and asked what the movie was about. You got Part 1, so I'll read all of them as they come through. So I'll give you time. So thank you, Swords and Starships. I already know what you're going to say because I know this story, but I'll give it time to send all those in. But look, we've got some things to talk about. Okay. And we've been using, a lot of people use the term, this is what I voted for. This is what I voted for. Yada, yada, yada. Well, guess what? I definitely voted for this right here, ladies and gentlemen. I definitely voted for it. And I'm going to show you right here. It's so beautiful. It's so awesome. President Trump doesn't give a damn. Okay. A law firm just officially determined that President Trump does have legal authority to fire Democratic Fed Reserve Governor Lisa Cook after she was criminally referred to the DOJ for mortgage fraud. If she doesn't resign, Trump's going to do it. And then Trump tweeted this out right here. Holy crap, Trump just posted this. I think he's going to do it. He's going to fire Lisa Cook and then hire someone new. Let's go. Dude, he used such a terrible picture of her. She looks like Jabba the Hutt. This is all Trump does, is sends this out. Let's go. Lisa Cook, the fraudster. And then he's got Jerome Powell as too late. I love this man, dude. It's so great. It is absolutely fantastic. Swords of Starships. Now we've got, let's see. For $10, says Part 1, Commander Hans Zimmer said Chris Nolan wrote him a letter asking him to compose a song, what it's like to be a father. Zimmer did, and asked what the movie was about. Nolan said it's an epic journey across time and space, so I better write it. The song is Where We're Going. Now, part of Interstellar. Best soundtrack and film of all time. It's not possible. It's necessary. Thank you, Swords and Starships. You and me share that opinion. Interstellar, favorite film of all time. The soundtrack is amazing. So thank you so much. And yeah, I knew exactly where you were going with that story, though, when you said it. So I appreciate that. Let's see. Pope Zombie Stomp for $50 and says absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So thank you, Pope Zombie Stomp. I appreciate that. And says nothing. Laughing H says, hey, man, gonna lurk and probably get some sleep as well. Just want to say God bless and the chat, and got boxing and kickboxing tomorrow. So I'm going to be ready for that tomorrow. Thank you for the $50. I appreciate it, brother. That is amazing. And I'm glad you got your Twitter account back, man. That's the main thing. Every time you super chat me now, I think about it. And I'm like, I'm glad you got your Twitter account back. That is super awesome. So hail to you, brother. Hope you enjoy everything tomorrow. My ex-wife becomes a new member. Thank you. Jake the Movie Geek says, have you seen how desperate Gavin Newsom is trying to be Trump? It's creepy, like the guy with the replica of the Oval Office. Yes. So the whole thing is Gavin Newsom. A lot of people are getting very triggered by what Gavin Newsom is doing. I think it's hilarious because it just shows that Trump is always the most important person. So if you're not familiar with it, Gavin Newsom is essentially just trying to copy President Trump. And he's got this social media team. What is it? Governor Newsom or something. I got a Governor Newsom office or something like that. I have no problem with it. Governor Newsom press office. Is this the Twitter account right here? And I mean, he's just making himself look really stupid, man. He really is. So yeah, like right here, look what he's tweeting out. I mean, the guy has completely lost it. And all he's trying to do is get traction by trying to be like Trump. So it's just comical to see how he's acting right now and how his team is acting. So yeah, I mean, he can continue to do all of this. You see how he does all the caps, and the whole thing about all caps is trying to be like Trump. Here he is, doing the typing, to try to make fun of someone. It's really bad. But yeah, I mean, he can do this. I think he should keep doing it. He's not winning anyone over, and he's only showing that the only way that he and the Democrats can be relevant is to try to pretend to be like Trump. So go for it, man. It's pathetic, but it's hilarious. So I'm having a lot of fun with it. So yeah, continue on, Gavin. Hope your mom did well today. Keeping y'all in prayer. Hail the 199 and the Snake Pit. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. Source of Starships becomes a new member. Thank you. Did you see Elbows Up? Carney play himself. Canada is full of morons. At this point, I just tell people I'm American, not Canadian. That's awesome. Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. Yes, I did see that. I like that last line from you. That was good. I know you struggle with the last part of my name as well. It's Raven for Old Norse. Also, if I do get good enough to be able to do my first MMA fight, I'm wearing your hat for the You Meant 199 for my first fight. Well, hell yeah, brother. I fully endorse that. I would say keep kicking ass and taking names. And I fully endorse that, man. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. Mike Noss says, did you see the Fox interview with the woman who voiced the race gender swapped Cartman on South Park Pandaverse? She's a Trump supporter. I did not see that. Although I'm familiar they had a Trump supporter working on their show, but I didn't see that segment at all. Eric K says, talking to the Laughing H says, chat and mods agree. Hard to stay awake when Jeremy is talking. Take care. My ex-wife with 5 gifted memberships, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's up. Thank you so much. Fish vagina. This is why no one wants anything to do with this channel. Fish vaginas says, I do smell, but I taste like chicken. What an interesting collection of people we have here at the Snake Pit. I mean, it is what it is, right? What are you gonna do? Hey, listen, it's always fun because you guys know I love to talk shit about. I love to troll the anti-Israel crowd. It's a lot of fun. But there's something that's even more fun than trolling the anti-Israel crowd. Do you know what that is? Making fun of little Ben Shapiro. Making fun of little Ben. So let's listen to what little Ben Shapiro has to say right here about Marjorie Taylor Greene. He's very upset. Little Ben is very upset.
22, she spoke at an event with Nick Fuentes at AFPAC, the American First PAC, which is, of course, a white nationalist group. And then she suggested just a few months ago, actually, that Israel assassinated JFK. So that's who we are talking about here. Now, the reason this comes up is because she was on Megyn Kelly's show. Again, I think Megyn's great. Megyn is a tremendous broadcaster. She made a bunch of comments in Marjorie Taylor Greene.
So that's Ben being very upset that Megyn Kelly had Marjorie Taylor Greene on. That's his way of saying that he's upset. I think she's great. I think she's great. I love Megyn Kelly. I think she's great. But he's very pissed off. He's very pissed off that Megyn Kelly had Marjorie Taylor Greene on to say things that Ben Shapiro does not approve of.
That are truly ridiculous. She claims that AIPAC, the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, controls Congress. This claim is frequently made by people who have conspiratorial feelings about shadowy figures influencing the American.
Ooh, the same guy that just complained about white nationalist, the same guy that's going to bring up anti-Semitism constantly but you're not allowed to say anything on the opposite side. Isn't that interesting how Ben Shapiro feels that way? It's very hypocritical of him, is it not? It's very hypocritical that Ben Shapiro loves to play identity politics when it's to his advantage, but you're not allowed to have the opposing opinion. You're not allowed to have the opposing opinion. It's very interesting how that works, isn't it?
American Congress. It can't be that many Republicans just are pro-Israel. It has to be that Jew money. It's got to be that AIPAC money that's making it happen. AIPAC is an American-funded group, meaning it's all American, meaning people who have an interest in American-Israeli relations sometimes give money to AIPAC. 22, she spoke at an event.
So he's very, very unhappy that Marjorie Taylor Greene was on with Megyn Kelly. And I'm always happy when Ben Shapiro is unhappy because I find Ben Shapiro to be truly one of the most disingenuous people in all of the YouTube sphere. I put Ben Shapiro at the same level that I put Hassan Piker. That is how much faith I have in Ben Shapiro, which means I have zero in Ben Shapiro. Zero. Like, if you were to say, who do you trust more, Hassan Piker or Ben Shapiro? I don't know if I have an answer. Like, I truly don't. And it's because Ben Shapiro has consistently waffled on his Trump support. He's went from Donald Trump is a racist and a sexist and a misogynist and I'm a never Trumper. That's what Ben Shapiro said in 2015. Ben Shapiro said, I'm a never Trumper. There's no scenario where I will support Donald Trump. Now, I'm okay that you eventually evolved from that. I have no problem with that because, listen, for whatever reason, people felt the way they felt about Trump in 2015. I'm not going to hold people accountable if they evolved that opinion. I'm not going to just say, you know what, it's fine. Ben Shapiro eventually learned that he was wrong about Trump, and he eventually supported President Trump. Okay, fine. And I think that he retracted a lot of the things they had to say. Fair enough. Okay, fair enough. But guess what? As soon as little Ben Shapiro could turn his back on President Trump for Ron DeSantis, he 100% did it. As soon as he could, he flipped on Trump as quickly as he could. And then, of course, when he got proven wrong once again, he jumped right back on the Trump train, right back on it. So he doesn't really believe in a lot of the things that he says, but he's willing to do whatever it takes to climb to the top and get as much clout as he can. I really can't stand this guy. And his idea, the idea that I don't like the Israeli government. I don't like Netflix Yahoo. I think he is a scumbag. I have nothing against Israel people. I have nothing against Israel in general. I have a problem with the people that are involved with the government. And Netflix Yahoo is a sleazebag. He's a scumbag. And all you need to do is listen to that guy. He was just talking about pro-censorship the other day. He was just talking about pro-censorship. However, not too long ago, this same guy, this mall kiosk guy, Netflix Yahoo, he was talking about how everyone should have a voice. Ben Shapiro thinks that if you criticize Netflix Yahoo, that you are an evil human being. It is anti-Semitic to criticize Netflix Yahoo. Bullshit. So anyway, I just wanted to take a few minutes to roast Ben Shapiro because I don't like him and I don't trust him. Mola Ram says, did Lil Ben steal your eyebrows? He did. And I'm really pissed off about it. You guys want to know what my real problem with Shapiro is? He stole my fucking eyebrows. He stole my fucking eyebrows. Can you believe that? Flag Ninja says, it's funny how shut up, Ben, just show us your sister can apply to both Shapiro and Benology. Oh, that's actually good. I never thought about that, but you are 100% correct on that one. So credit where credit's due. It's really freaking good. But listen, man, President Trump is continuing to crush it. Just earlier today, and this has been something that I was actually happy that he had to say. So obviously President Trump has cleaned up Washington, D.C. He's cleaned it up. And today he says he's going to Chicago next.
I really am honored that the National Guard has done such an incredible job working with the police. And we haven't had to bring in the regular military, which we're willing to do. We have to. And after we do this, we'll go to another location and we'll make it safe also. We're going to make our country very safe. We're going to make our cities very, very safe. Chicago's a mess. You have an incompetent mayor, grossly incompetent. And we'll straighten that one out probably next. That'll be our next one after this. And it won't even be tough. And the people in Chicago, Mr. Vice President, are screaming for us to come. They're wearing red hats, just like this one, but they're wearing red hats. African-American ladies, beautiful ladies are saying,
The fact that he said that is so fucking funny.
African-American ladies, beautiful ladies are saying, please, President Trump, come to Chicago. Please. I did great with the black vote, as you know, and they want something to happen. So I think Chicago will be our next, and then we'll help with New York, and we're going to help with, and I think a lot of these people that you see on television, they are, including the people in this audience, they'll say bad things about me, and then they'll say, thank God he's here, because half of them got mugged, and they don't want to get mugged again. But they're, they work for they work for stupid people that are radical left, and they're made to do things and say things that they don't want to be saying. But the people right here are all happy because you're not going to be mugged in Washington, D.C. anymore.
Hey, listen, listen, he's not wrong. He's not wrong, okay? Here we go, right here. Here we go. Trump was right again. Here it is.
I want to say thank you to our president, the people's president. Like I keep saying, the real MVP, President Donald J. Trump. Thank you, President Trump, for hearing us, for listening to us. We need you here in Chicago, not just to see the National Guard. And we're asking one more thing. We need you to come in and investigate the Brandon Johnson administration, the Pritzker administration, and Tony Wrinkle and CTU. Hey, it's all hands on deck. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you.
Hey, listen, and Trump, listen, you guys know this, okay? Here it is.
The Hispanic people and my numbers with the black and especially black men. I love black men. I love them. I love them. I have gone through the roof with black men. Black men. I don't do quite as well with black women, I must say. I don't know why, but I'm sure that'll work out too. But I do appreciate it. I do.
And he was right. It worked out. He was right. He said, I'm sure that'll work out. And now he has black women begging him to come to Chicago and save the day. Okay, so listen, man, this is the greatest president of all time. President Trump. All right. And listen, you can even, if you remember this one right here, okay? Remember this one? Here it is.
When we have a protester inside, which isn't even very often, I say, be very gentle. Please don't hurt him. We had a case where we had an African-American guy who was a fan of mine. Great fan, great guy. In fact, I want to find out what's going on with him. You know what I'm, look at my African-American over here. Look. On with him. You know what I'm, look at my African-American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest? You know what I'm talking about? Okay. So we have an African-American.
That was Donald Trump during a campaign rally in California earlier, giving a shout out to a black audience member he referred to as my African American.
Woo! So there you have it. President Trump winning over black men and black women. All right. He's just destroying all the narratives out there. It is a great thing to see. You have to love it. Okay, one last one before I go to bed. It's up to you if you want to watch it after the stream or on. It's a song that I would be using for my first MMA fight, and would be my song if I were to be using for all of my fights. Well, I will check it out after stream, because playing music on stream, it's you never know if they're going to claim it or if it'll block your stream or all of that. You have to be very, very careful, but I will happily check it out after stream, brother. I appreciate it, man. So thank you for the support. Absolutely insane support from you, sir, tonight. Thank you so much. Let's see. Look at this guy, Mo Zamboni. Got some super chats on my gaming channel during my Fortnite stream earlier. Got to pay respect to the ultimate grift master, Jeremy Prime. Hail the 199, and most importantly, prayers to you and your mom. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. It's been fun playing Fortnite with you, man. We're going to have to do it again sometime, Mo. Good peeps right there. Good peeps. Thank you, Mo. Have a good one, brother. Udite says, have you heard about the orbital carrier that Space Force wants to launch a prototype for early next year? It's meant to rapidly deploy weaponized satellites during wartime. Major military game changer. I have not heard about that, but I would love to look more into that. That does sound awesome. So I haven't heard about it. And I don't like, there's some things that are like today. I don't know if it was today that happened, but I mean, there's like, I'm kind of hit or miss on a lot of the news of today. But one thing that did happen today, and listen, man, it's gotten to the point where maybe at the end, of course, it's up to you. Well, it's just because it's what happens with music. And this is what sucks about YouTube. This is why Rumble is great to have. But like, if I play a song that is copyrighted, they can block the stream. And then I have to then trim that song out to get the stream back viewable. But then we lose the live chat when you trim things out. So that's why I don't like to play music on stream unless I know that it will clear copyright. So yeah, it's very, very annoying. So okay, so we had some news on the Epstein stuff, and like I said, it's gotten to the point where this Epstein stuff is it's so insane, because the conversation is out of control from all sides. And nobody's going to be happy with any level of information that comes out. And I've seen that, like, in the accusations towards President Trump and all of that is just insane. People saying he's a PDF file and all that. It's like, shut up, dude. Like, you're insane. I have said consistently, I think Trump just doesn't care about this topic as much as a lot of his supporters do, especially on social media. That's just the most logical, level-headed response that I think you can look at. He never campaigned on it. He only talked about it when he was asked. He never proactively talked about this topic in terms of his campaign, any of that. So whatever. My issue is how his attorney general handled it. And I think that's a problem. That is something tangible that I can complain about. What Pam Bondi did with Donald Trump's knowledge and JD Vance's knowledge was a complete and total fucking disaster. It was embarrassing. It was a shit show. And that has been my primary complaint, because it's tangible. It happened. It's something I can point to, and I can say, you guys fucked this up big time. And there needs to be accountability for that. I don't know if there's a list. I don't know who was involved in it, and I have no idea. Do I believe in Maxwell's testimonies? Of course I don't. There's a reason this bitch is in prison. She's evil, and she was linked to an evil man. So she's now trying to lobby to get out on parole. So I don't necessarily believe what she's saying. But the people that are demanding answers and saying, we need answers, they're not happy with the things she's saying, because they've invented a new scenario to be mad about. So it's just like, this whole situation is fucking retarded to talk about. With that said, we do have some news. So let's listen right here. Audio released. Maxwell makes shocking claim about Epstein client list.
Jonathan Turley, constitutional law attorney and Fox News contributor. Jonathan, good to have you on this breaking news as we are going through the release of the documents, which obviously is an area of great interest to a lot of folks out there. This Epstein file conversation that Ghislaine Maxwell had with Todd Blanche and the other attorneys. What's your take so far on what you've learned here?
Well, this was a terrible buzzkill for most of the media in this town. I think that anything short of a picture of Trump with the entire cast of the Rockettes would have been disappointing, given all of the media and speculation saying that he was a perfect gentleman, or I didn't see any even massages going on. It's not what many in this town had hoped for. There's been this narrative that Trump has engaged in everything from the Ukraine to cracking down on crime in D.C. as a distraction of what Maxwell was going to reveal. So there is that dynamic. The fact is that there's nothing that has been so far revealed that would indicate that there was a major failure to prosecute an individual.
Yeah, I mean, like from what I recall, that so here's the bullet points here is that she claims Trump did nothing inappropriate in any capacity whatsoever. Now, there's two ways to look at this. Number one, I don't believe Trump ever did anything wrong anyway. I never believed that. Okay. But at the same time, like, he's the person that holds the power to pardon her. So it's like, it's not like I believe her. It's not because I don't believe her because I think Trump is guilty. It's that I don't believe anything this bitch says. So it's like, it's a lose-lose scenario no matter what, because nobody is going to buy what this bitch says. Okay. And the fact that she's talking about Trump means, well, number one, it's like, just because you're confirming what I believed doesn't mean I believe you. Does that make sense? Does people understand? Like, I always believed Trump didn't do anything inappropriate with Epstein anyway, but just because she's confirming what I believed doesn't mean I believe her, because she's willing to say anything to the person that holds the power to pardon her. But the people that are out there constantly demanding answers, those are the people that I have an issue with, because you're demanding answers and now you're getting the answers and you're going to claim, well, these aren't the answers I want. What did you expect this bitch to say? Like, what did you think this bitch was going to say? She's going to say whatever. She's a fucking criminal. She's an evil human being. She has no credibility whatsoever. Zero. But anyway, the point being is that, so the other thing she said was, I think she said that Epstein was not part of any, agency or some shit like that. Okay. Well, the anti-Israel crowd certainly ain't going to believe that shit. She also said, I think she said Bill Clinton never visited the island. No one's going to believe that. She said Epstein didn't kill himself, which kind of like throws a wrench into the theory that the Trump administration is controlling everything that she's saying. So, like, at some point in time, you got to like juggle, like, okay, Trump administration is telling her everything she needs to say in order to clear them. Well, the narrative from the administration is that Epstein did kill himself, but yet she's saying he didn't kill himself. So that so the whole thing is a fucking disaster.
You know, this starts out with a discussion of daddy issues by Maxwell, the type of thing you would normally hear in a pre-sentencing hearing with a judge, saying that, you know, there are mitigating factors here. It's clear.
That's true. Someone said 4D chess. And see, and this is the scenario. So you have the insane Trump supporters that are going to go, Trump's working. Not you. I'm not saying you, Jay, but like the insane pro-Trump people are like, Trump's working 4D chess, boys. He knows what he's doing. He's like, no, the fuck he's not. No, he's not. He doesn't care about this topic. And then you have the anti-Israel side, and they're like, oh, Trump is hiding everything for Israel. And it's like, oh my God, like, maybe he just doesn't fucking care. Maybe that's the most logical thought process here. Now, do I think Trump is wrong in saying it's a Democratic hoax? Absolutely, I think he's wrong about that. I think Trump fundamentally does not understand what a segment of his base is upset about and why they're so invested. I truly think that he just fundamentally does not understand this. This is the one topic that Trump just does not get. Okay? In my opinion, he just does not get it. John freaking Murdoch for 50 says, hey, Jeremy, I thought I'd send one last super chat for the weekend. Hail Unit 199. Hail Jeremy, the gayest former retailer YouTuber I know. Hail Mama D-Day Cobra. Mod Lives Matter. Chat Lives Matter. Also, happy birthday, Jessica. Look at there. Look at there. Thank you, John freaking Murdoch. MAGA Cracker Mike for 20 says Epstein became a story with the purpose to attempt and attach Trump to it. The fake MAGA like Hodge twins ran with it, probably for money. The people that were involved with the Epstein covered their tracks years ago. Yeah, I mean, it's so out of control that it's like there's nothing I can say that's going to make people happy. There's nothing anyone can say that's going to make people happy on this topic.
That she wants some type of deal. She already has a bit of an upgrade in where she is currently incarcerated. But, you talked about a type of reduction of sentence motion, and that ordinarily doesn't occur unless you have far more substantial cooperation, like testifying at a trial. Any type of commutation, let alone a pardon, would unlikely come until the end of Trump's term. So far, this has not moved the news story that much, with the exception of being that sort of Sherlock moment of the dog not barking and what you can take from that.
Yeah. She makes some comparison in here to the Epstein list being something like a Salem witch trial. What do you take away from that, Jonathan?
Well, the list is probably the most newsy aspect so far. There has been this just speculation that there's this hidden list, the insurance policy that was being held, and that she would be the most likely custodian of that list. She just outright says that list doesn't exist, and I actually think I know how that rumor began. That's a major blow for many people that have been trying to build this narrative. The Democrats in Congress have been particularly hammering on this in answering some of the controversies recently. They just keep on saying, I'm not going to address that because this is all an effort to hide the Epstein matter and the possible release of this list. Well, she's saying there isn't any list that she knows of.
Given the FBI investigation and the things that were taken out of his home and all of what was understood to be in terms of the traffic.
This thing has gotten so out of control that it's kind of crazy. Like MAGA Cracker Mike says that the hoax he's referring to is bringing this issue up out of convenience years later by Democrats. The files were most likely destroyed years ago. I understand what he's trying to say, MAGA Mike. He's wrong. His own administration brought in Dan Bongino and Kash Patel, two guys that were known for release the Epstein files, two guys that were known for making their names off of Epstein. Okay? You bring guys like that in, you're setting a tone. All right? Also, Pam Bondi did the nonsensical social media bullshit. That's what really reignited the Epstein discussion. It's the Trump administration that did it. And they did it. I don't know why. I cannot come up with a theory to where it makes sense for them to do that. And that is what really, so here's what you had. You had a base of people, especially online, that wanted answers for Epstein. You bring in Dan Bongino and Kash Patel, and you're setting a standard of oh shit, these guys are going to release the Epstein files, okay? Then Pam Bondi brings a bunch of influencers to the White House and gives them an Epstein binder, part one. And you're like, holy shit, they're doing it. And then it was nothing. They were empty binders. There was nothing. And like that was what started all of this. And then the Democrats capitalized off of that. This is on the Trump administration. Trump calling it a hoax is unbelievably off base. It's his administration that started all this shit. And yes, the Democrats co-opted it and capitalized off of it because it's all they had. But that's irrelevant, though. It's irrelevant. The administration is responsible.
Coming in and out of there based on the testimony of the young women who claimed that they were basically, sold off to these different people, including Epstein, during their time working as, massage girls. Does it strike you?
What type of girls? Massage girls or Mossad girls? Fox News let it slip.
During their time working as, massage girls.
Oh.
Does it strike you as credible that there's no list, no documents, no diaries, no journals that sort of document who these people were?
Well, I have to say that, Epstein appears to have cultivated powerful men by offering up these girls. And the assumption was that he would want a deliverable, something that he could hold over these individuals for influence. Now, it is possible that he felt he had enough influence by simply making these girls available to these individuals. So it is possible that there isn't any list. But the question is really, whether Maxwell is gaming the system. I think you have to assume that she is. She's in a very desperate situation and she wants to offer something up. But, the part of, I think the critics will come forward and say she knew that the only shot she has is really a presidential commutation. And that's only going to come if she clears Donald Trump. Well, you can certainly speculate to that. It's also possible there's nothing to clear, right? It's also possible that there's no there.
And she said early on that, that there wasn't any list, so to speak. Epstein, now she's saying that, Epstein and anyone else who was involved in these friendships never saw President Trump do anything inappropriate. I mean, obviously, this is going to be something that will not really surprise President Trump, who has said this all along. And for all of these years, under the FBI, under the Biden administration, when all of these.
Here's what I believe. Based on the information we have, because that's all we can do is look at what we actually know. Okay. At least what I actually know. I don't believe President Trump was involved in anything that would, compromise his name or anything like that. Obviously, being connected to Epstein back in those early days is not good, but we've had it on record of like that attorney that, reached out to a lot of powerful people all those years ago, and Trump was the only one that was willing to talk to him and gave him as much information as he could. We have, the story that Trump kicked Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago when he heard he was doing something inappropriate, yada, yada, yada. Okay, whatever. I don't know if there's a list. I have no idea. And I don't know how anyone could know if there's a list. But I do believe that there are probably people right now. I mean, obviously, there are people that were in our government that were connected to Epstein that could be completely compromised. I believe there are probably people that are still in the government that would be compromised by Epstein if there were things that you can uncover to prove that they were connected. But I don't know that there's a list. We all know that there's powerful people in general that have been long linked to Epstein. So absolutely, this guy was connected in some level, but I don't know to what level. I have no idea. And no one else does either. And the fact that like people pretend that they know all the details, and it's like, you don't know any of the specifics. You can assume like I can, but I don't know if there's a list. I have no idea. The only reason I've heard of a list is because the people that are in the fucking government right now, the FBI said there was a list. Kash fucking Patel. But I'm kind of thinking he didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. I kind of think he had no idea. I think it was getting him traction on social media. And so he kept saying it, but he didn't really know. I don't think Kash Patel had a fucking clue. I also think Dan Bongino talked a big game because was the biggest podcast in the world. And he acted like he knew a lot. Because I remember people coming to my chat going, Jeremy, because I've never watched Bongino. They're like, damn, Jeremy, Bongino's legit. He knows his shit. I'm like, okay, cool. And then when he got hired, people like, oh man, Bongino knows. He's going to go in there and clean house. And then I feel like Bongino and Kash Patel got in there and they're like, fuck, this isn't a podcast. Now we actually have a real job to do. And now we have to provide it. And it's really weird how they change their tune so quickly. It's very strange. So I don't know. I have no idea. A lot of people out there will tell you they know everything and they have every answer. But yeah, do I believe that there are extremely powerful people that were connected to Epstein? Like, and when I say connected to Epstein, I don't mean on a business level. Just so you know, I don't mean like there are powerful people that are connected. Absolutely, there are powerful people that were really connected to Jeffrey Epstein. Really connected. Absolutely. But do I think that these people left a paper trail out there that just anyone could, expose them through? No. Do I believe that Epstein killed himself? No, I don't. It makes no sense. There's nothing that points to him. There's nothing that supports that from a common sense standpoint that he killed himself. It makes no sense. So no, I don't believe he killed himself, but that's just a theory and a educated guess. But I don't know for sure, but I don't believe he did. Continue on though.
Documents and things that they were going through with regard to these files didn't seem to yield that either. And then you have a lot of people who believe that there is this huge conspiracy to cover up these individuals, and they're, really railing at this whole system. What do you think is going to be the response with folks who have just never been satisfied on this front and believe that they're not being told the truth here?
Well, those people are not going to change. And the fact is that this is a town that's addicted to conspiracies, but also people have fixed interests here. Epstein is a shiny object at a time when you need a distraction. But the key to remember is that this is the most ubiquitous figure in all of these photos. She's always there. I mean, she seemed inseparable from Epstein. So she is a valuable witness. I was floored when her counsel told me that she had never really been interviewed by prosecutors. And I was so skeptical at that. I required multiple lawyers to confirm that to me. So it is interesting.
Why would that be, Jonathan? Why wouldn't they have all, interviewed her every which way?
Yeah, I'm not sure. There's that old expression, don't ask a question you don't know the answer to. And God knows some of the answers coming out of Maxwell could very likely be disturbing for your interest. But I don't know why prosecutors, state or federal, did not want.
I mean, it's kind of obvious, there's definitely people that are in the government that were connected that didn't want these answers. I mean, that's pretty easy to kind of go when you're asking that question. The logical answer is because there are people that don't want those questions asked because they don't want the answers.
To get her down on the record as to what she knew, what she saw. I think that's one of the unanswered questions here. But in terms of what she knows, she is saying here that she doesn't know much at all in terms of further incriminating information. She probably does have some nasty stuff with regard to other individuals. I'm sure she did see some massages occur. But from what we see here, this is not what the opposition has been hoping for.
Agreed. And, certainly what she's saying about President Trump, as I said, will not surprise him because it's what he has said all along. But, excuse me, we have to remember the testimony of these young women that the jury found compelling enough to convict Ghislaine Maxwell about what she did and the role she played. One of them said, he was just Pinocchio. She was Geppetto. In other words, she was pulling the strings on this operation of bringing these young girls in to conduct massages. And then they claim it went much further than that. Think about the Prince Andrew testimony.
She's an evil, evil human being. And she might say some things that I already believe, but that doesn't mean I believe her. She says that President Trump did nothing wrong. Well, I believe that, but I don't believe her. She said that Epstein didn't kill himself. Well, I believe that, but I don't believe her. So it's kind of a waste of time, in my opinion. But people want these answers, or they want these questions answered, but they don't want to hear the answers from a person who's evil. So I don't know, man. This is a lose-lose scenario across the board. John freaking Murdoch drops another 50. Says, hey, Jeremy, someone pointed out that it's not really the weekend yet, so I'm sending another. I forgot to add Mossad agent from LA to the list. Trump 2028, MAGA forever. Well, I'm glad someone reminded you of that. So I'm on board with that. So thank you, John freaking Murdoch. Let's freaking go. I appreciate it. Forest through the trees for 20. Says, I asked Ryan earlier on Daily if he wanted to help me with my comic. Thanks to the chat for the last Tuesday night's main event on FNT tonight. He said he may wear a black woman's Halloween costume this year. He might actually be the appropriator. I would not be surprised at all if Ryan did just that. Okay. I would not be surprised. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Let's see. Wiz1967 says, I do need to save a little money, but I would like to see your live reaction. If I had a little bit more, I would do a $500. They are smaller but yeah, don't want you to get blocked. Is this a different account? Did he change his name? Is this Laughing H? Am I confused? Is this the same guy? It's the same account, right? You're just kind of, because it's a different account, but you're talking about the same topic. So I think that's you. I think, if I'm not mistaken. The Royal Reset says literally a criminal offense to display the British flag in public in some places in Great Britain. It's a fallen state. It's okay to be white. Take notes, America. Without Trump, we would be the same. I agree completely. Look, man, the thing about Trump and everything he's doing right now is I can only speculate. I think that 2028, I think Trump is going to seriously try to run. I do. I just believe he is. I don't know how he's going to do it. I don't know how he's going to get through. I think that they're going to use the Russia, and all of the corruption that really kind of bogged down his first term. I think that he's going to use the stolen 2020 election. I absolutely think he's going to try something. I absolutely do. We'll see, though. We'll see. But, I just don't see how. I don't see how, I really like JD Vance. I really do. But, man, you got to understand, man, when Trump is out of the picture, I don't know if JD Vance can actually fill Trump's shoes. And that's not disrespectful to JD Vance. It's just not. It's not. It's just realistic. Like, Donald Trump is a once in a lifetime personality. There's no one even remotely close to this guy. So, Flag Ninja says it's funny how I got that one. Eric K says I would never criticize Jeremy. Helpful tips. Let's see. Oh, we got another 50 from Pope Zombie Stomp. Says all I want is to see some good genes. You know what? Because you guys have been so generous, I'll show you some good genes.
I'm so happy you love the first drop of my collection of Frankie's bikinis. We have more dreamy pieces coming our way, so tap to sign up for early access so you can get more information.
Those are some good jeans. Okay? Those are some good jeans. I kind of forgot what I was talking about. I completely forgot what I was talking about. Here he is. Okay. Last one. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So it's weird because you had the same profile picture on the other one too, but it was a different name. Okay. Last one. I agree with you. I don't want the stream to get blocked. Don't know if you can or want to do a reaction, but I would love to see it either. Or God bless. And thank you for being awesome. And thank you, chat, for being awesome. Yes. Okay. I thought so. I was like, the profile picture looks the same. But so yeah. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, I would have to pre-screen the song first. So maybe next stream. And here's what I'll do. I won't watch the whole thing. So next stream I can do like a genuine, but I would need to check it. I would just need to check it and see if it would clear before I get blocked. Because I don't a lot of people that rewatch the replays, they hate when I have to clip stuff out because it loses the chat, because the replay crew likes to read the live chat to see what you guys are saying. And anytime you clip something out, you lose the live chat. And that's the issue with copyright on YouTube. David Phillips says, President Trump is going to run the White House from Mar-a-Lago. Let's hope so. MAGA Cracker Mike says they're finally firing lifelong Obama appointee bureaucrat operatives. That's what we need them to be doing. They handled Epstein poorly. There are no files. People need to move on, and they are. I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, again, they handled it poorly. That's all there is to it, you know. So, Eric K says, black women are begging Trump to come. I bet you will not see that on MS News or CNN. No, you won't see that. I see my boy Kevin Hunt's in the chat. What's up, Kevin? Fantastic Stock says, who's surprised Cracker Barrel lost $94 million? Fuck around, find out. I'm not. And they're probably going to lose more. MAGA Mike says, the Epstein list was a psyop and people fell for it. Who the fuck would keep a list and document of their own crimes? That's Hollywood level writing. Eric K says, even if no list, Bondi herself said thousands of tapes are horrible. Guess what? Bondi could make her own list. She does not need all the info handed. Yep. Listen, I think Pam Bondi is terrible. I think she's an awful, awful AG. Michael says that a Florida lawyer is trying to save Hooters from bankruptcy by getting rid of the orange shorts and not having butt cheeks hanging out. That won't help Hooters. Promise you that. Fish Vagina says she knows the Clintons will kill her if she says otherwise, talking about Maxwell. Devil May Rage says, Jeremy, coming down to Florida Sunday for a week to do condo shopping near Hollywood Beach. Good idea, or do you prefer another area? I haven't spent a lot of time in Hollywood Beach, but I've heard it's really nice there. I'll tell you, the East Coast of Florida is really beautiful, like all up and down the East Coast. What was that? New, is it called like New Smyrna Beach or whatever? Like 90% white demographics there. Yeah, but the East Coast, the more I spend time on the East Coast of Florida, the more I really, really like the East Coast. But I haven't spent a lot of time in Hollywood, but I've heard good things about it. So, but yeah, man, keep me posted. Shoot me an email if you got any questions or anything like that. So, is it Smyrna? Is that what it's called? Smyrna? Ozma says, hey, Jeremy, good to see you. Missed you on FNT. Did you leave? Have a great weekend. No, my mom had surgery today. Then the last few weeks, I've just been unavailable. So again, I'm always going to be part of FNT. I'm never going to leave FNT. But you might not see me from time to time. But look, I love FNT. So I'm never going to leave it. Gary would have to kick me out before I would leave. But I've just been super busy and not plugged into a lot of the entertainment stuff for sure. But yeah, I mean, I'm doing a lot of traveling and have family stuff going on, but that's all. John freaking Murdoch for another 50 Says, I protest. She wasn't wearing any jeans. Oh, wait. I get it now. Also, if my super chat adds up to 199, does it still count? You know what? Yes. Yes, it does, John. There it is. Okay? There. Everybody happy? Everybody happy. All right? Everybody's probably very happy right now.
Should I do it?
Do not come.
Come on, baby. Come on. I'm gonna do it.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come. Beautiful white paint. It's coming down at 10,000 miles an hour. It's coming down at levels of speed that nobody ever even conceived of. Where it's rough, but it's coming, and now it's turned around. It turns around, and it's coming, and it's gonna. I say, oh, because you see at that bottom, this section right here, that sucker's. Oh.
Dude, every time I see that clip, like, I can't believe he sat there and said that in public. It's so funny. It's so funny. Shout out to Jay Hailstorm for putting that edit together, by the way. It's so funny. John says, for $49.99, I still owe you. Thanks, though. It felt premature. Thank you, John. I appreciate it, brother. Holy crap. John has been on it. Hayden Wayne for 50 says, I've been saying Pam was a bad decision since the day she was even tapped. She's been a limp noodle this whole time and made some bad decisions. I think the binders were probably her idea or an intern. That's the only thing that would explain it. Probably so. And it's like, look, man, the first rule of leadership is it's always your fault if it's wrong, and if it's right, then it's your team's fault. Like, so if it's good decision, hey man, my team did it, this individual did, whatever, you put them over. If it's wrong, it's your fault. And so we know that Trump and Vance were present the day that she did that. That has been confirmed by not only her, but by the influencers that were there. Trump and Vance were both there when she pulled this nonsense. Now, the binder thing creates multiple discussions, and this is why the Epstein stuff is just so exhausting, because there's no scenario that's going to make anyone happy. So, like, on one hand, the Trump administration is making the argument. So on one hand, the Trump administration is covering all of this up, guys. It's like, okay, then if they're covering up the Epstein stuff and they want it to go away, why did Pam Bondi, with Trump's approval, do this dumb shit? Why? Like, this administration is crushing it right now. So why did they do that? So it kind of beats the purpose of, like, that theory. Regardless of what you think, it was a bad decision. That is an objective fact. Whatever you think of the theory behind it or why it happened, it doesn't matter. It was bad, okay? And that falls, ultimately, yes, it falls on Trump, but he needs to, like, just the other day, Trump said, I think Pam Bondi is going to end up being the greatest attorney general of all time. And I'm like, what are you doing, Trump? What are you talking about? I get it. He's putting over his AG. But that shit does not land with the base right now. It just doesn't. But he said it. He said it. Kevin Hunts for proper 199. I was going to say 50 because Blinko Gnome dropped to 50. Kevin Hunts for a proper 199. So sorry you got replaced by Az and Meek on FNT. Are you and Ryan still fighting? I'll pray Christian prayers for your fam. Not God or Satan prayers. Well, thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it. Thank you, Kevin. And you know what? Since we just got John Murdoch gave us the proper 199, okay? We'll give you guys a little bit of celebration Luna style, okay? Anna Paulina Luna shows up to the party. You can thank Kevin for that, by the way. You can thank Kevin for that one. So it's always nice to see Anna Paulina Luna show up. We appreciate her. She's got a great personality, a wonderful personality. So thank you, Kevin, for that. We appreciate it. Linko Kenobi for 50 says, what's up, Jeremy? Wishing your mother the best recovery. My prayers are with you. Happy birthday, Jessica. If Sydney Sweeney takes the Bud Light deal, I'll buy a bottle of beer and put it on my shelf for collection. Hail the 199. Have a good night, chat. Thank you, Linko Kenobi. Appreciate it, brother. Hayden Wayne says Bull Bear brought up a good point. He said she's another Bill Barr. Funny enough, Bill Barr's dad got Epstein his first job in New York as a private school teacher, and Bondi was involved in the first Epstein trial. Weird. Yeah, and the thing about her is like the thing about Pam Bondi is she loves the camera. Oh, she loves her some Fox News interviews, man. She loves her some Fox News interviews. And that drives me crazy that like all she cares about is being in front of the camera and talking about what she's going to do. And this is what got the whole thing started, was that she got in front of the cameras and started talking about the Epstein stuff. It's like, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? MAGA Mike says, if you think the Clintons have unalive people and gotten away with it, yet all these elites allowed Joe Biden to keep dirt on them, come on, brother. Thank you, MAGA Mike. Lady Aaron D says, no one thought there was an actual physical list, but there are names, and Ghislaine knows them. The gaslighting is gross, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, absolutely, I believe that she knows a ton of names that she's not revealing. 1,000%. 1,000%. But I mean, like, Kash Patel said that, if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to misquote him, but before he became the FBI director, I feel like he was on interviews. I think like one was Benny Johnson. And I'm pretty sure Kash Patel said the FBI has the Epstein list in their hands right now, and they won't release it. I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's literally said the FBI has the files. They have the list. So I'm pretty sure he said that exact thing. And so it's just weird that he said that. And that creates an image of, okay, well, then the FBI has this list of names in their possession. So it's just weird, you know. MAGA Mike says, Dan Bongino and these people came into this with pure ignorance of the belief something would be found. They handled finding nothing poorly. Agreed. They handled it very poorly. GB says E is still alive, protected, and was into way more than just PDF shit. He was involved in Iran, Contra, and weapons deals, so much more than this guy. I'm glad you have that information. I don't know where you got that information, but I'm glad you know. And again, this is what I'm saying. Like, how the fuck do you know that? Like, you're saying it as you know for a fact. And it's like, how do you know that? Where do you know? Because a podcaster told you he was? Like, how the fuck do you know that? You could say, I believe that he was, but you're saying it like, here's what Epstein was involved in and he's alive. How the fuck do you know that? Like, you're just like, so you're just saying it like, I know this thing. Like, okay, how do you know that? Who told you that? Where are you getting this information? It's just like that level of thinking. It's like, if you know that, then send me more than 5 and I might believe you. Okay. Send me a fucking $100 and tell me that you know these facts, and I'll believe it a little more. Okay. 8 o'clock says, so almost there. You could taste it, Jeremy. Almost. MAGA Mike says, based on the information we have, there is no information. Hillary Clinton herself destroyed 30,000 government files. This is what they do. Grift, you're damn right. You're damn right. I'm going to grift that shit. Holy shit. Can I share it? Can I share it? Let me see if I can share this. Rumble chat. Murica Man on Rumble for $500. I am showing her this. I will show her this. For your mama, she raised one hell of a retard. I am going to show her that. I'm going to show her this super chat right here. For your mama, she raised one hell of a retard. She's going to laugh her ass off. Holy shit. Thank you. American man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. And if you want to be on Rumble, you can go over there right now. The Rumble chat is there. They don't bite. Okay, I'm lying. The Rumble chat hates the YouTube chat. Okay, so when I have an issue on Rumble, or I'm sorry, when I have an issue on YouTube and the YouTube chat migrates over the Rumble chat's just like, fuck these motherfuckers. Get the fuck out of our chat. Thank you for that. Insane. I will show that to my mom, though. I absolutely will. Kevin for 50 says Cash was on Stu Peters' show 7 times and Cash lied under oath about knowing Stu Peters, Stu crushing. Yeah, I mean, that was the thing. Like, Cash Patel just, I don't know. He doesn't seem authentic. Dan Bongino seems a little more authentic, but Cash Patel does not seem authentic the more we've heard from him. He just doesn't. Aaron James says CIA ended Moss op national security geo policies no release. Aaron James. Thank you, Aaron James. And I think you're the reason that John Murdoch sent that 50 because it wasn't the weekend, if I'm not mistaken. Coop says, watch Robert S. He reads all the court docs and covered Epstein. It's nuts. And thanks for finally reading my super. It's the first time and the last time I'll read your super, Coop. You know I'm kidding. Lord Botha says Trump has established himself as a Republican godfather. Even when he's out of power, he'll have power. His family is woven into the party now. That's a good point. Aaron James says Maxwell will be unalived, broken out. I'm an expert. The Laughing H says, all right, definitely need to save. That would be awesome if you could do that. Thank you. God bless and good night, everybody. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. The Royal We says, because of those genes, I did a big whom. Eric K says, Jeremy is feuding with F&T confirmed. Darth Gavel says, Texas won the state Senate. Texas red forever. Muller Ram says, I know a proper 199 gets Sweeney and a 50 get these is Luna. Can I get a fat lady falling into a car for 5? You're damn right you can. Let me see if I can find that one. Here it is. Damn! One more time. Damn! Dude, I need, thank you, Muller Ram. I need more information about that scenario. I really do. Amish Snorlax says, D-Day Cobra, sending prayers to your mom. I lost my mom back in 2021, and it was one of the hardest things to go through. Hey, man, I'm so sorry to hear that. I mean, again, I don't talk about family much. But again, I am a mama's boy. Always have been. So, yeah, I'm very happy that she's doing well, and I'm sorry for your loss, brother. Sorry, indeed. The Royal We says, Jeremy, are you feuding with FNT all the time? Fuck those guys. Boogie's Twisted Nipple says, RIP King Cobra JFS. Yeah, a YouTube legend. Yeah, I heard about that guy. I played the clip from his dad a little bit earlier. It was absolutely horrific. So, yeah, rest in peace for sure. Galo Kata says, Jeremy, who drew the redistricting map in Cali? I don't know. Xiong the Great says, everyone in CA vote for no on Proposition 50. Fuck Newsom. Mark of Reality says, Donald J. Trump told us a long time ago, sometimes I'll just have to give them rabbits to chase. Also, I disagree about Bondi. 100% in front of SCOTUS. Thank you, Mark of Reality. Fish Vagina says, happy birthday to my bro, Fish Titty. Seb says, if Trump stopped simping for Israel, he would be literally God right now. Everybody would be on his side. Nah, they'd find something else. They would. I mean, again, Trump literally is the greatest president we've ever had. Like, look what he's doing right now to this country, and people are still pissed off. They're still pissed off. Like, that's just, it's the internet, man. People are going to fucking be mad at whatever they want to be mad about. It's just part of it. It's just part of it. Like, I was, every now and then I got to get it out of my system to argue with people. Like, it was on a Geeks and Gamers 2 video the other day where on Tuesday night's main event, I started, I brought up the discussion about Mario Kart World and the problems that a lot of people are having, and did Nintendo fumble this? And the comment section is just fucking roasting the fuck out of me. And they're like, Jeremy wants us to forget that he simped for Nintendo, the Switch too. And I'm like, when the fuck did I say I want you to forget about it? So people are like crushing me. So I'm just responding with sarcasm. Like, I work for Nintendo. Like, I literally, I work for Nintendo. They sponsor the channel. They're pressuring me to delete this video because I criticized them right now. I work for Mossad and Nintendo. And they're like, yeah, Jeremy, keep doing this. And I was like, I'm going to buy another system because of your complaints. And they're getting so fucking mad at me. And I'm like, you were already mad at me. I don't fucking care if you're mad at me even more. Like, people are it's the internet. You can't take it too seriously. Sarcasm and memes are the best way to navigate the internet. Always. Sarcasm, memes. It's the only way. It's the only way to do it. Operation Outstanding Infield says, what would we want to hear about more? Epstein or the jab truth? It's about time. God, what do we want to hear more about, Epstein or the jab truth? Dude, that is such an impossible question to answer. I mean, obviously, I think both of them are necessary for very different reasons, but I like, on one hand, I want to say the jab, but like, the Epstein situation is bad. Like, children being hurt is terrible. But the jab stuff it probably equal. Thank you, Beaky. That's perfect. Probably equal. That's the only way I can answer that. If people don't know Trump Bible, it's the best clip ever. I gotta find it. So the people that it's this.
Talking about how it's your favorite book. Okay. You mentioned the Bible. You've been talking about how it's your favorite book. And you said, I think last night in Iowa, some people are surprised that you say that. I'm wondering what one or two of your most favorite Bible verses are,
well,
and why.
I wouldn't want to get into it because to me that's very personal. You know, when I talk about the Bible, it's very personal. So I don't want to get into verses. I don't want to get into.
There's no verse that means a lot to you that you think about or cite.
The Bible means a lot to me, but I don't want to get into specifics.
Even to cite a verse that
you
like?
I don't want to do that.
You're an Old Testament guy or a New Testament guy?
Probably equal. I think it's just an incredible. The whole Bible is an incredible. I joke, very much so. They always hold up the Art of the Deal. I say my second favorite book of all time, but I just think the Bible is just something.
So yeah, my answer, Drew, is probably equal. That's the only thing I can say because that's a tough one to add. That's a tough one to answer. Glorious T says, Jeremy, what do you think of Valentina Gomez, Republican candidate from Texas? Is that the chick that's always like saying the gamer word? You know, is that her? She's the girl that says like the gamer word a lot to get a lot of traction, if I'm not mistaken. Tell me if I'm right about that. That's her? Yeah, I mean, listen, man. I think that I'm always like skeptical of when, you know, like you've got some attractive chick just out there dropping gamer words for the sake of it, you know? Like, I don't know, man. It seems a little cringe. Seems a little cringe. So I don't know. I don't know much about her. She went mega viral by dropping a few gamer words, and then, you know, she kept doing it because she kept going viral, and then she, you know, complained because she got demonetized. And it's like, look, man, I'm of the belief that I think all words should be able to be said. There's not a word you can say that's going to offend me. Like, I know everybody got upset about Hulk Hogan saying the N-word, and I'm like, why is that a controversy? Like, I mean, yeah, I get it. Like, when he went full NWO, I thought that was a problem too, and it was a big controversy. But like, everybody's like, oh, the N-word. I'm like, yeah, NWO. Like, what's the problem with the NWO? Everybody's like, the N-word. I'm like, the NWO was an awesome moment. Yeah, he went heel, but I didn't think it was a big deal. And after he passed away, everybody kept bringing up the N-word. I'm like, yeah, the NWO, it was a great storyline in wrestling and it changed the industry. And they're like, no, Jeremy, he said the other N-word. And I'm like, oh yeah, that means I liked him more when I heard about that, but it's not a big deal. I thought the NWO was more controversial than that word. But yeah, I mean, look, I'm of the mindset that I think all words should be able to be said. If you get offended over words, that's your own fucking problem. I don't think you should be banned on platforms for saying words. I think if there's a word that you don't like, then mute that word on social media. But like, it's really weird that like a generation full of people have claimed that they are offended by the N-word, yet they all listen to rap music. It just doesn't make sense. But yeah, with her, like, all I know is she drops gamer words and goes viral for it. I don't know anything about her. Coop says, hey, other day I sent you a 50 for flowers. So what did you get her? You didn't send me a 50, Coop. I don't think. But if you did, thank you. Alex McCarthy says, prayers for your mom. She raised one fig of a mage. Meta PC code 199. Thank you. Gay Little Cases Part 2. Neither does the committee that did it. Got you. Corn Boy says, got my Uncle I.T today. Looks great. Glad to hear that, man. I mean, like I said, this shirt right here, this shirt took a while to get, but it looks good, man. This is the official CobraCast logo. I think it pops. I think it looks great. So I'm really happy with these. I'm glad you guys are finally getting those. Gerald Armstrong says people were more mad about Hogan saying the N-word than Austin beating Deborah. Yeah, I mean, like there was like a wrestling page that actively did not put Hulk Hogan on their Mount Rushmore because they said, we're not going to put a racist on our Mount Rushmore. And it's like, you have Stone Cold Steve Austin who beat the fuck out of his wife. Which I'm not saying that like he should be like Stone Cold is the greatest of all time. He's my favorite wrestler. But like, you can't sit. This is why taking moral stances is super gay. Okay. Taking a moral stance going, Hulk Hogan said a word. Yeah, but Stone Cold beat the shit out of his wife. And you've got him on there. It's like, what are we doing? Like, at the end of the day, whatever people accomplished in their given field, they accomplished. Erasing history is gay. All right? Like, even Chris Benoit. Obviously, what he did was horrific. And it's unforgivable. And he's burning in hell right now for it. It doesn't change the fact that Chris Benoit was a hell of a wrestler. He did a lot of, he was a hell of a performer. He just was. He's burning in hell where he deserves to be. But erasing him from existence is insane. Eric K says, I just do not like when Jeremy says any words. It does not have to be a bad one. Default says, Jeremy, you have to understand that Epstein currently resides in Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino on Earth's moon, along with 72 virgins and a butler. You got me all tongue-tied on that one. What'd he do? What did Chris Benoit do? It's not great. Kind of murdered his entire family and then himself. So, you know, kind of murdered his entire family and then himself. It's pretty bad. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the trend has now moved to the NFL. A green dildo has been thrown at the NFL Tennessee Titans football game. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a trend continuing. Honestly, I personally, okay, you guys know, like, I like the meme and I like to use sarcasm. I'm going to be honest right now, okay? Now, I can't show it, I don't think I can show this, but we need to be serious here for a minute, okay? I think this is disgusting behavior. I think we as a people need to do better. I think we need to recognize that there are people that are hurting right now. And we need to stop and realize that the only way that we can actually move forward as a people is to throw a black dildo onto the field of an NFL game, because that will save lives. That will end racism. Black dildos matter, and we need to be throwing big black dildos onto the field at an NFL game just so we can show that racism is still a thing and we can end it, because the NFL has taught us that racism is not dead yet, okay? And I just want to see racism stop, okay? And the NFL is being brave by painting in their end zone that racism has to end. And I was talking to my 4-year-old puppy the other day, and we were just sitting there watching football, and my 4-year-old puppy looked at me and said, "Dad, why do the cops beat up black people?" And after we cried, I looked at my 4-year-old puppy and I said, "Puppy, because racism is bad and black people are wonderful. And we need to be better." And we cried, and then we went and we donated to some black charities, and we felt better about ourselves. So please be strong, okay? Okay. That was all sarcasm. I am not endorsing anyone to go to an NFL game and throw anything onto a field. That was all sarcasm. I'm just saying I'm not endorsing that. It was sarcasm because the NFL is pushing their anti-racism bullshit. It was just sarcasm. Okay? Disregard anything I said, except for the conversation about me and my 4-year-old puppy. My 4-year-old puppy did ask me about racism and why do police officers beat up black people. Okay? That was a real conversation. 4-year-old puppy looked at me and says, "Dad, why are police officers beating up black people?" And I didn't have a real answer. I fear for my puppy's life. I fear for my puppy's life. And then my puppy looked at me and said, "Freedom." True story. We got Kevin for 50 says, "I think Captain Black America needs to tell blacks to do better. Give us one day of no black crime and racism ends. Racism is calling out bad behavior, and ebonics is not English." Oh, this show has gone off the fucking rails. Yes, it has. Bedlam says, "Glad to catch you live at Commander. I just got done running a G.I. Joe tabletop RPG. The squad stopped Cold Slither, Mind Control, and captured Zorana 199. That's what I'm talking about. I've been on a big G.I. Joe kick lately. I mean, obviously, I'm a huge G.I. Joe fan, and I'm obsessed with it, but I might have something cooking on the G.I. Joe front. I'll tell you guys about it if I get it confirmed, but I might have a road trip ahead of me that I will be vlogging and live streaming. It could be a huge like G.I. Joe related thing that we're working on. So I might have an answer as early as like tomorrow if I can get this pulled off. I love G.I. Joe. It's my childhood, and we'll see. We'll see if I have some information. So let's see. Christian says the N-word hurts our feelings. Say that. Say the same people who cannot go 10 seconds without calling each other the N-word. It's amazing, isn't it? Sam Uri says, "Jeremy, favorite wrestler is Goldust. We all know why." Sinestra says, "Gamer word." Default says, "Trump talking about the Bible is 9th grade. Me giving my book report to Ivan, which I totally 100%, report on Ivanhoe, which I totally 100% read. Just hard for me to talk about. I loved it all." Galo Kata says, "Jay doesn't know about Comply from Floyd." I'll have to play that one for him. Mola Ram says, "Jeremy likes black rubber objects. What the heck? Is this what happens when I stream late at night? Kingdom Hearts says, I just got my alligator enforcement shirt. Love it. Praying for a full and speedy recovery for your mom. Thank you so much. G. Fontes says, Pam Bondi was deputy district attorney in Hillsborough County, Tampa, Florida during the first Epstein arrest and criminal case in July 2006. Did not become Florida's AG for 5 more years. I think there was one more on Rumble. I'm trying to find it now because it didn't save in the Rumble thing. Come on. Nope. I guess that was it. Okay. So we're all caught up. Again, thank you, American Man, for that $500 on Rumble. I will tell my mom about that. That is incredible. And I'm going to end it there because I've been up since way early this morning and I am tired as hell. Plus, I do have a video. So I am making videos again for the Geeks and Gamers main channel. If you guys are interested in that, you can go, if you haven't subscribed to that channel, please do. But I have a video coming out tonight for the main Geeks and Gamers channel. As a matter of fact, I have 2 videos for that channel. So for those that don't know, this is the main channel that let's see, here we go. So right here, if you're not subscribed to the Geeks and Gamers main channel, I am finally making videos for that channel again. So I got to get it back rolling in the algorithm. Obviously, we do live streams over there all the time, but I definitely have 1 video that's finished, and I might have 2 videos tonight. And I'm trying to stay on point to make more videos for this channel consistently because we got to get it back rolling. I want to get this channel back in the algorithm. So if you guys are interested, please go over there and check that out. 1992 Space Movie says, I'll unsub to help Geeks and Gamers. A lot of people already have. So Laughing Man says, still waiting on some Uncle IDOT shirts, Alligator Enforcement shirts, CobraCast official logo shirt, and CobraCast Hulk shirts. Keep me posted, Laughing Man. Keep me posted, man. Let's see. Jeremy, take advantage of AI. It can help you with your videos, cut down your workload. Can you make videos on my channel? Says Drunk 3PO. No, Jay, I cannot. I can barely make videos for my channel. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? Jay, seriously, what more do you want from me?
What more do you want from me?
Let's see. Joe Bit says that Cena's promo on SmackDown about Logan Paul was fire, FYI. I'm going to check it out. I saw videos about that going around, so I'll have to check it out. But thank you guys so much. I will be live again tomorrow here on this channel. So I appreciate it. And thank you guys, gals, all the support. I really do appreciate it. The best chat in the world, and it's not even close. So I really appreciate it. I am a very, very lucky individual to have the people that we have supporting Geeks and Gamers and allowing me all the opportunities that I have, and it's all because of each and every one of you. So thank you so much. Have a good night, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone. Damn. We'll just leave it at that.